So, welcome, Mr. Nikita. Thank you for joining us today. Before we dive into a bit further, could you please share with us the area of work you're most passionate about as UN Volunteers Country Coordinator?
Hello, and first of all, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm a big fan of young people, views of Nazarbayev intellectual schools. I'm a big fan of Model United Nations. I also always support the initiatives connected to volunteers, and this time I was super happy to come here to support you in Aktau and to present what UN Volunteers is doing and what I'm passionate about. So answering your question, I'm passionate about support that UN Volunteers program can provide to the UN system in Kazakhstan, in the Central Asian region, and overall. Now, the second, what I'm passionate about, is also supporting the government in terms of developing volunteerism, promoting volunteerism, and in recognizing the contribution of UN volunteers to the sustainable development agenda.
That sounds very interesting. So, can you share some specific projects you've been involved with your team? And which one of them was most memorable for you and had a big impact on you?
Well, personally, I remember many initiatives and projects connected to the support from the UN volunteers to UN entities, to the projects that UN entities in Kazakhstan are implementing. And I think that most memorable ones are connected to the majority of UN volunteers connected and mobilized to one project. For example, to my mind comes one case with the project on inclusion with the United Nations Development Program in Kazakhstan, when United Nations Volunteers Program was able to find a diversity of different categories of UN volunteers, youth UN volunteers, specialists, experts, community UN volunteers, online volunteers, and even civil society volunteers, plus corporate volunteers, contributing to the inclusion of people with disabilities, to providing employment to people with disabilities in the capital and across the country. Some other projects may be related to the support to UNICEF, because lots of civil society volunteers are coordinated by just one UN volunteer, and this is amazing example when UN volunteers may be of great support to the societies through the work of UN entities in the country. So I believe that applying variety of UN volunteers categories, variety of volunteers contribution, and variety of talents, those UN volunteers that we found for UN entities, is a key to success of any project, of any program.
Thank you. Your work with UN is very impressive. And what are some difficulties, maybe challenges you face in your job?
Well, I think that all the challenges that we have is just a step towards achieving the goal, first of all. Second, the challenges are usually related to finding the best candidates for the tasks that we have, for those requests that we have from the UN entities side. And of course, challenges may be related to the lack of time usually, because our work is related to support to the whole UN system, to all the UN entities. Anytime that we find the need of UN entity where we can support with UN volunteer support, with online volunteer support, with mobilizing the help and support from national volunteer networks, non-governmental organizations, and so on. Every time we find this need, we should be there to support. We should be ready to provide a scheme to support them, to provide this value added, so that volunteers could support professionally, efficiently, and where needed. So this is quite difficult, it's challenging, but it's possible. And this is what we are doing, and we are trying to do it in a more systematic way, on a more often basis, working with the UN entities, with different projects, project teams, project managers, program teams within UN system in Kazakhstan, and not only in Kazakhstan.
Thank you again, Mr. Nikita. And it's no secret that artificial intelligence becomes a significant part of our daily life, touching on our upcoming Munisi conference, New Era of AI, Inception. What are your thoughts on developing of AI and how you see it affecting various aspects in job or in life in the future?
Yeah. Nowadays we hear about AI from every corner,
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like a trendy word right now, but it's not. It should not be underestimated. Artificial intelligence should be a tool to achieve the goals, a tool that can be used by humans, by UN volunteers in this case, for example, or by civil society volunteers, to make the support in a more sustainable way, in a more efficient way. So, as you can tell me, we have different artificial intelligence networks, artificial intelligence applications. They are created on a daily basis. We can work with text, we can work with images, we can work with big data, we can work with something that is not yet systematized, with something that should be gathered and directed into any spot. So basically, what I think we should be dealing with AI very seriously, very responsibly, and use it as a tool to achieve the goal, not as a main actor in our actions, because we still don't know the possibilities of artificial intelligence. It is developing super fast, and as at UNV we often say that AI cannot substitute volunteers' contribution. AI simply cannot do it, because volunteers, they work not only with their hands, they work with their mind, they work with their heart, they work with their passion and volunteer spirit, which are the attributes of volunteers, of human beings, not of the artificial intelligence, however clever or wise it can be.
Thank you for explaining that. Finally, drawing from your extensive experiences, what advice do you have for students aspiring to pursue a career of global development or volunteerism?
Well, I already told today to all of you, and
Yeah.
I would like to repeat once again that you should follow your dreams. This is most important, because your dreams will lead you to the jobs that you want, to the area where you want to contribute. Believe me, time goes really fast, and you should value your time, and you should add this value of yours to the achievement of sustainable development goals, and later maybe we will have some other goals, just to save the environment we are living in, right? We need to strive for something better. So I would like to wish that any support that you may need from me personally, for example, I'm ready to provide. I wish that you could say the same to your peers. I wish that you could motivate somebody else and inspire to become volunteers, to get the skills, the set of skills that will be valuable for you in your future. Because as a young person, you have a long way to go, and I wish this way would be filled with the right values, the values that are directed towards support to each other, towards recognition of each other's contribution and value and you know, all the passions that we have. So if you're passionate about climate, please follow your dream and become professional in this issue. If you are passionate about different topics of AI, for example, why not to dig deeper and understand what are the challenges, what are the prospects of my intervention. So I think that your curiosity, the curiosity of young people, and also the inventive mind will lead young people, people that are like going to enter the best universities of the world. This your passion and power should be directed in the best way possible. So I think that the slogan that we have, we are inspiration in action, us is a very good mirror of what volunteers are doing across the globe, and hopefully you will follow the same path.
Thank you for your valuable insights, Mr. Nikita. And I think your words will undoubtedly inspire our students, people who are very interested in volunteerism and would like to make a positive impact on our world. We really appreciate your work and expertise. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much. It's an honor for me.